All right, how's it going, everybody? My name is Jake. I go by JRideFlips here on social media. I'm a full-time eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari seller. Mercari has recently made a ton of changes, so I wanted to talk about those changes, give my opinions, hear your guys' opinions, and then answer any questions that you guys may have about Mercari or also Poshmark or eBay or any other reseller questions that you guys may have. Now, I am in a different location today, obviously. I'm in northern Utah, and yeah, I'm in my sister-in-law's bedroom right now. It's been an awesome day. Yesterday and today, I've been sourcing here in northern Utah. Found a ton of really good stuff. So if you guys have any questions about eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, reselling, thrift stores, yard sales, any questions in general, you can go ahead and put them in the chat and we will get to them. Now, Mercari announced some pretty major changes this morning. They are doing free fees for all sellers. No fees, 0%. They are going to be charging the buyer those fees. They are also doing free returns for whatever reason. Now, they haven't released exactly 100% of the literature yet. I'm not sure if that's free returns for 3 days, 14 days, 30 days, 60 days, or indefinitely. I do not believe it will be indefinitely. A platform has never done that, and it would not be smart to do that on any platform, I believe. It could be 60 days. I think it is most likely 30 days, but I'm not 100% sure on that. This news released this morning, and I've already gotten a ton of questions on them. I am going to be doing a deep dive and doing my own research. I've actually been talking with a few representatives from Mercari recently, so I think I'll be able to contact them about a few things as well. But I'm going to be doing an in-depth video on this eventually, just so everyone knows what's going on in the Mercari space. But as of right now, there's no fees on listings. See, I have an offer on Mercari right now that I'm accepting. I'm going to get to that. I actually have a ton of sales on eBay and Mercari today that I want to get to. But yeah, on all items listed today and in the future, or all items updated today or in the future, will have returns for any reason and 0% fees for sellers. The fees will be given to the buyer. They will be charged a 50-cent fee plus a percentage depending on the category. I believe it's going to be across all categories, but that may change over time, and the number of which the percentage will be changed over time. I wanted to talk a little bit about human psychology for a second. Sorry, it's been a very long day. I feel like I'm a little all over the place, but humans hate change. Okay, I've already been all over Mercari's Instagram page. I've been over Facebook forums, my own at the Reseller Island Facebook group. Shane, I see you're here. If you could tag my Reseller Island Facebook group in the comments, that would be awesome. I'd love it for all of you guys to head over there, where we're actively discussing this right now. But from what I have seen, there's a negative sentiment from sellers on this and buyers. Even the sellers are very upset with free returns across the board, obviously. A lot of people have used Mercari because they hate the returns of eBay. So a lot of resellers, they use eBay, they get fed up with returns, so they move over to Mercari, where there's far less returns and you can't do anything after 3 days after the purchase. That's one of the reasons why a lot of people sell on Mercari. A lot of those individuals are very upset and claim that they will be leaving the platform because of these free returns. I think that's if it's indefinite returns, that's definitely an issue for me. But if it's 30-day free returns, that's just kind of how business is going right now. If it's 3-day returns still, then that has close to zero effect. Thank you, Shane. So I believe that's an okay thing for me. When it comes to 0% seller fees and charging the buyer instead, there's not 100% clarity of how that's going to work. But if I sell something for $20 someone buys it for $20 and then pays an additional 50 cents plus whatever the percentage is what I believe right now. There's also a $2 flat fee whenever you withdraw money. So that's cool with me too. If you're selling a ton on Mercari, then yeah, just withdraw every Tuesday like you do on eBay, or you can withdraw once you hit a certain amount of money. What that's going to do for the business side of Mercari is going to be holding our funds, and then they're going to be able to invest those funds into the stock market or back into their own business, which is a huge benefit for them. So what this $2 fee is going to do for them is it's going to make it so we withdraw less often. You don't want to withdraw every single day because then you're going to be losing 20 cents $2 every single time you withdraw. So what that's going to do is it's going to make the average seller withdraw less often on Mercari, which adds to the liquidity or the liquid funds of Mercari, and they're able to use that money to either put into a bond or some stocks, or they're able to invest that money back into their business, and they will always have the cash on hand to be able to give us our payouts. So that's what I believe that other change for the $2 withdrawal is. Now, when it comes to the buyer paying the fees instead of us, that's all over the Mercari Instagram page as well. A lot of buyers are very upset about this. A lot of buyers have said that they will be leaving the platform because of this. But today on Mercari alone, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sales on Mercari, and it's only 4:30 on the East Coast. So I average 4 sales per day on Mercari over a 24-hour period. I already have 5 sales on Mercari in just a 18-hour period. So my sales are actually up on Mercari. So my diagnosis is people hate change, and there's going to be a lot of pushback to this, especially in the beginning. But I think that this is going to be a positive thing for Mercari in the long run. I think that they're going to make more money because of this, and I think that us as sellers will be able to make more money because of it. Will your average sales per day, per week, per month dip? I'm not sure. This isn't a prediction channel, but based on the sentiment and based on my personal anecdote, it's only been a few hours, but my sales have actually increased on Mercari. But I believe that as a seller, this update to Mercari is going to be a positive thing overall for those that continue to use the platform. I recommend, if you don't need your money immediately, I would recommend just withdrawing from Mercari every Wednesday, like you do on eBay, or having a policy in your business set in place where you withdraw every $500 or so. That's what I would do. $2 for a transaction like that isn't a big deal, especially when it's below standard if you compare it to PayPal, Venmo, Zelle, JP Morgan, all those guys. So I don't know. I have been accused of being an optimist in the past, and I will be accused of being an optimist in the future. But I think that I don't know. I am going to continue to make eBay my baby, and then any sales from Mercari and Poshmark are always just extra. So Jedi Joe saying direct deposit should be free. So that is what covers them on your free fees. So you can either pay 10% in fees plus 2.9% in transaction fees, or you can have free fees and then pay $2 on $1,000 every time you have a deposit, which ends up being 0.002% in fees. So I'll take that over 12.9% any day. I know that initially that's hard for people to swallow, and again, it's human psychology. We hate change, but yeah, dude, I'm pretty excited about the future of selling on Mercari. I've only been selling on Mercari for 2 months. I've already done, I think, 170 sales on Mercari. I've done 5 today, though that continues to roll forward. So let me know what you guys think. I think that the sentiment is going to be negative overall because that's who we are as human beings. But yeah, change also is an opportunity for the tops of the industry to make moves. So while other people are complaining about change, you can use it as an opportunity to make better changes and make more money, in my opinion. So let's see what this sentiment is. And if you guys have any questions about eBay, Mercari, Poshmark, reselling, any of that, you can let me know. Also, before we get into that, I had an awesome day thrifting. I went to 7 Deseret Industries, and Northern Utah is awesome. We made a ton of money. Let's see. What are some bread and butter summer items for you? Sweet. I'm gonna come back to this. Just want to see if there's any questions or comments about Mercari. I saw Jake had some comments about it. Jedi Joe is not happy about Mercari whatsoever. Let's see. Did you update those listings? If not, no one paid fees on those. So, yeah, so when I logged on to Mercari this morning, it gave me the option. It said, hey, you now have 0 fees. Would you like to reduce your items by 10%? It will also increase their reach in search. So I clicked on that. So all of my items went 10% off this morning. And yeah, it was very true. They had a better reach in the search for sure, because I immediately got them. Nashville Flipper says, why would anyone want to buy a Mercari if you have to pay extra to purchase something? Well, 5 people have done that today. So if you go to Amazon and you see that something is $60 and you go to Mercari and you see that it's $38, but you have to pay an extra $3, it's still $41 compared to much higher on Amazon. So those are the people that will still be captured by Mercari, in my opinion. Jake says the change only increases sellers, not buyers. We literally just had another sell on. Just literally had another sell on Mercari as we're speaking, and I haven't spoken with the CEO of Mercari. I don't have increased reach on Mercari because I'm an influencer. This is just my personal experience and anecdotes. The terms of service, it says it can be initiated within 72 hours of the receipt of them. If that's the case, guys, I really hate to say this. That's awesome. Yeah, like if it's free returns within 3 days, I'm perfectly happy with that. That's actually like a law for the majority of transactions in the United States. I did door-to-door sales for a while. A lot of you guys know. And we had no cancellation policy. But if you cancel in writing within 72 hours, even after of having the service, by the city regulation and the state laws, we had to cancel their contract within 72 hours. That's pretty much a standard across all industries. So yeah, if it's only 72 hours, I'm gonna look at the literature even more. But yeah, 72 hours free returns, I'm completely fine with that. Let's see here. Direct deposit should be free. That isn't the industry standard anymore. Especially if you're expediting it. So, Visa and MasterCard charge convenient fees on credit cards. PayPal and Venmo charge convenient fees for direct deposits. That's just not the future of the industry. Free deposits. There's always going to be companies that compete with others by having free deposits, and you can search out those companies. But that's not. I mean, if getting charged $2 to withdraw your funds whenever you'd like to is an issue for you, then yeah, you may leave Mercari. And that's only going to increase other sellers' probability of making sales. It allows sellers to list at a lower price if it will be a wash. We can't escape economics. That's the truest sentiment right there. Is you can't escape economics. People, if something is $60 somewhere else, and it's $32 on Mercari plus a little more fees, do you want to pay $38 or $60? How do you handle buyers not paying for their items after accepting purchase on eBay? A little off topic here. I'll answer it really quickly. It's just part of business. It gets relisted in 4 days or 7 days, depending on your business policies. It's just part of business. I just have it relist and I get back to work. Let's see. I do not agree with the charge for taking your own money from your account. Would you be happy if banks charge you for taking out your money? Some banks do that. So what happens is instead of paying 12.9% in fees on every single transaction, you are only charged $2 when you withdraw your money. So if you do $100 in sales with 13% fees, Mercari takes 13%. If you withdraw one, and then if you have 0% fees, you make $100, and then you withdraw $100, you pay 2% in fees because it's $2 on 100. Now, if you're withdrawing $4, which I don't advise doing, even if it was free, you're paying 50% in fees. So as long as, let's see, $2 times 13%, it would be around $24. If you take out $24 at a time at a $2 rate, then you would be paying the exact amount as. Okay, you guys are saying it's theft to charge money on fees, but I think you guys are missing that you are, and I'm not a shill for Mercari, whatever. I'm just trying to explain to you guys the way I view things. If you pay a $2 fee on a $100 deposit, on a $100 withdrawal, that's 2%. If you sell $100 worth of items at 12.9% fees, you're paying $13. So if you eliminate all of the emotions and all of your personal beliefs on everything, would you rather pay $13 every $100 or $2 every $100? Now, what if you have a business policy where you make all of your money on eBay and then you have a little side income on Mercari and you only withdraw every $500 on Mercari? Now your fees on $500, instead of being 13, 26, 39, instead of being over 60 or between 60 and $70, now it's only $2. So if you view it as they're stealing $2 from you, I'll let them steal $2 from me instead of taxing me $60 to $70 for $500. So if that's a very emotional, damaging thing for you, that's okay. But I'm going to reap the benefits of, instead of giving Mercari $65 every $500, I'm only going to give them $2. That's awesome. Now, what you guys are failing to see on what I'm failing to see in this discussion is, hey, maybe it's going to be significantly harder to get $500. That may be true. I don't think it's going to be, though. I think that sales are going to continue to be steady on Mercari. I think that people that are avoiding fees and returns on eBay, who are coming to Mercari so they don't have to deal with as many returns, are now going to leave Mercari. Mercari has a strong, aggressive plan on getting new customers every single day. If their customers dip 15 to 25% from this, but they continue to acquire new customers, as a seller, I don't care. Yeah. So whether my sales are going to a repeat customer or someone who got sniped from a Google ad, and I don't have to pay money for that Google ad, Mercari can do whatever they want, and I'm still getting sales, that's great for me. So I think that this is only going to be positive for people who are selling on Mercari. We may see an increase of competition because for sure they're going to market the crap out of that. Their marketing campaigns are going to be, are you sick of paying eBay 13 to 30%? Are you sick of paying Poshmark 20%? Come over to us where we have 0% fees. There's no catches. The only small catch is that you have to give us $2 every time you withdraw your money. So just wait until you have $500 into your account, and then you can just take advantage of that and only get charged a $2 fee on $500 worth of transactions instead of $67 worth of fees on $500 in transactions. So you don't have to listen to me. You don't have to listen to my business plan or my business model. You can do whatever you want. I think that this is going to be a positive move for sellers on Mercari. I also think it's going to be a positive move for Mercari. So yeah, when it comes, there's a ton of different ways to make money on a reselling platform. aside from reselling. This is also going to maybe open up opportunities for Mercari to do some ads on the side of the screen while you're looking for products that they can make a ton of money from. They're going to be able to invest those liquid funds that they're going to have from transactions. So I think this is positive for Mercari. I think it's positive for a group of sellers. It's negative for a group of sellers. Overall, it's negative for buyers, but they clearly have a plan to acquire buyers, and I think they have rolled this a net positive for them, and so they're gonna roll forward with this. Let's see if there's anything else about Mercari. I hate Mercari shipping in pound increments. Do you use your own shipping? Yeah. So on Mercari, anything less than 2 pounds, I use their $3.99 for 4 ounce, $4.99 for half a pound, $5.99 increments of $1. Everything over 2 pounds, everything between 2 pounds and 5 pounds that fit in a 12 by 12 by 5 or smaller box, I use FedEx, the $7.99 or the $8.99. And then everything bigger than that, I do ship your own, and I use Pirate Ship to do that. I think it will push me to start selling on Mercari. Exactly. So this is going to get a lot more people selling on Mercari. It's also going to wash out a ton of people selling on Mercari. I think it's going to be, yeah, I think it's going to be, I think it's going to be a net positive for sure. Let's see here. Let's see if there's any. I appreciate you guys talking so much about Mercari. All opinions are welcome here, whether you're negative or on the positive side or on the neutral side. We're all here learning together. So let's see. I see Mercari having more liquid cash flow from this action. If some sellers need to leave for this, then there are other platforms for their hobby selling. Exactly. Yep. I think this is going to push hobby sellers more into the direction of Poshmark. But now Poshmark is really going hard on promoted listings, just like eBay did. They have higher selling fees. So yeah, people are going to resell or they're not going to resell. And that's just basic industry moves and economy. But I don't know. I think that a lot of people have a negative sentiment, and it's okay to have that negative sentiment. It's okay to view change as a bad thing, because that's just kind of human nature. But I promise you guys, okay? This is a tip from a 28-year-old that you can listen to or choose not to. Doesn't matter. It's your own prerogative. Those who adapt become millionaires. Like, I don't know. In recessions, millionaires are created. When there's huge change, those that can take advantage and adapt, their net worth increases substantially every single time. When there's major changes on eBay, a ton of sellers get left behind and a ton of sellers move up the rank. I don't think this is going to be honestly, there's a ton of emotion on Mercari. I don't think there's going to be really that much change. I don't think there's going to be that much shuffling around whatsoever. A lot of people are super pumped in the chat right now. A lot of people are super pumped on Mercari's Instagram right now. There's a ton of people very emotionally invested in this. I don't think this is going to make a ton of change, really. It's going to make minor changes to a few sellers, but 34 days from now, everything is just going to come right back down to, it's going to revert to the mean. And yeah, people are just going to keep going. But yeah, I think let's see if there's anything else about people are talking about Mercari here. How do you price on Mercari? Do you price them with similar items for a better sell rate? I price them exactly how I price them on eBay. So what I do is I list all of my stuff on eBay, and then I use Flip, F-L-Y-P, to cross-list those items to Mercari at the same price that I have them listed on eBay. Let's see here. Yeah, see, Anthony, good statement. I'll take $2 flat over 1.5 to 2.5, like eBay, Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, etc., etc. Also, eBay charges fees on tax. So it's like, I think, I don't know, they do this a lot in politics where they're like, hey, look at this shiny thing that let's all be pissed off about, and then we're going to make major changes over here. So it's like a lot of you guys are focusing on like $2 is theft. So you guys are missing that we're not paying fees. It's like we're saving 13% on fees, and we have to pay $2 every time we want to take our money out of the marketplace that gave us a sell. I don't know if you can disagree with that statement, but I would really think about it for a second. I would really think, is getting upset about $2 when you want to take out your money just like you get charged? If you go to Hawaii right now and try to take your money out of an ATM, convenience fee. If you try to buy something at Trader Joe's and you want to use a credit card, there's a convenience fee. It's your money, but there's convenience fees, So I don't know. I think people are getting really, really pumped and upset about this, and I'm having a hard time grasping it. Let's see. Obviously, they've never heard of Chase Bank. One of my favorite investments, by the way, JP Morgan. Awesome investment that I made 3 years ago. Let's see. Let's see if we got, okay, let's see. On Mercari, enter reason, return policy. Do you know how long the buyer has to return? I couldn't find, yeah, so I couldn't find this information yet anyway. I haven't anywhere yet either. I haven't done a huge deep dive, but some people are saying it's still just 72 hours, which is awesome. Also, slightly unrelated, but still related. I'm invested in all the big companies when it comes to e-commerce. I'm invested in Shopify. I'm invested in eBay, Amazon, and I'm also invested in Facebook and Google and all of these mega tech companies, right? Microsoft too. The sentiment that I'm receiving from these companies is that they are trying to shift to a 14-day return policy. The standard right now is 30 days, but they're trying to get us back to a 14-day, which is good news for us as sellers. Bad news for consumers, right? But I don't think it's even bad news for a consumer anyway. You don't need more than 14 days to make a decision if you need to return something or not. I really like the 3-day. 3-day is awesome. I don't think you're ever going to catch Amazon with a 3-day return policy. I don't think we'll ever see that. Maybe we will. But I think people are fighting to have smaller return windows, which I'm all up for. Let's see. Let's see if there's any other sentiment here about Mercari. I'm gonna get to some other questions as well, but we're just trying to finish up here. Mercari charging 50 cents plus 2.9 to the buyer will scare buyers away. Mercari not changing the seller will draw sellers, more competition. So I'm not completely, I don't know the exact logistics of it yet. I don't know if it said, if something's $20, this, if it is implemented in this way, then this is a terrible business practice. If this is $20 and I see that it's $20, and then I click on it, and then after I'm ready to purchase it, it says, okay, we're going to charge you an additional 50 cents plus 2.9%, then that's bad. But if this says it's $2, if I list it as a seller for $20 and then they show $20.50, that's going to be a lot better. I'm just going to hop onto Mercari right now as a buyer and see what things look like. So I'm going to actually buy something right now. What do I actually need in my life right now? I'm going to buy, I don't really need anything right now. I'm going to buy a tooth. I want to buy a used item. I'm just going to go to browse feature and see what they have for me. My For You page, it's just a ton of remotes because that's what I sell on eBay. Let's see. I'm gonna look for a computer mouse, just a cheap Microsoft computer mouse. Okay, so there's one here for $9. Okay, so I'm going to add this to my cart. It's $9 plus $4.99 in shipping. I'm gonna check out. Okay, I'm still just showing that it's $9 plus $4.99 delivery plus $61 in tax. Confirm and pay. Okay, yeah, wow. They're hitting me with ABC Mouse advertisement and a Hulu advertisement. Did I call that or did I call that? They are changing their business model on making money. Special offers just for buying on Mercari, 10 free meals with HelloFresh. Okay, I see exactly what they're doing. They don't care about making money off of the sellers. They are a marketing firm now. But yeah, that didn't charge me extra fees, I don't think. Now let me go to my sale to my transactions. Buying, awaiting to ship item. Details. Okay, so this is probably something that this guy posted a while ago and hasn't updated because it did say on current items. So does anyone in the chat have something does anyone in the chat have something that they posted on Mercari today that I'll buy? And we'll see if there's any if there's any changes to that. So if any of you want a free sale on Mercari and you listed it this morning or you updated it this morning, I'm gonna buy something. We got 250 people in here. The chances of that, I would say, are decently high. Okay, Ginger Thrifter. I'm gonna search Ginger _ Thrifter. It's not really allowing me to. I don't think you can search by user. Okay, let's see. RR Direct. I'm seeing if I can buy something. Remove the underscore. Oh, okay, I think it's letting me do this. Cardi flips. Nope, it's just showing me items related to these usernames. So let's see. I have a Grifty Scatter rookie card for $35,000. Oh, sorry. Oh, we just sold something on eBay. Let's see. So when I go to RR Direct, I think RR Direct. Will you type the letter H if you are actively listening into the chat? Waiting for RR Direct to tap an H. Hey, thanks for putting the Reseller Island podcast in there. Soda City Flips. Appreciate you, Shane. RR Direct. If you don't type an H in a second, we're going to move on to another store. All right, it looks like we're going to move on here. Hennessy 81. All right, if you are in the chat, type in an H. Hennessy 81. We're typing in Hennessy 81. Okay, let's see. SH Picker. All right, I'm starting to get pretty confused. Okay, RR Direct. Awesome. Okay, you're in here. RR Direct. Okay, do you recognize those items, RR Direct? Is this your store? RR Direct, please put yes or no if these are your items. I hope there's not like a lag. There might be a lag. RR Direct, please type yes if you recognize these items. Jeez. There's got to be a lag, right? No, those are not your items. Okay, I don't know if we're going to be able to do these experiments. The Man Clan, that's your store? That's my store. The Man Clan, is this really your store? Because I want to do this experiment to see if there's actual fees. No more selling fees, only at Mercari. Okay, I'm gonna buy one of your items. Okay, so Diamonds Direct Jewelry Box. The Man Clan. Okay, guys, this is just too complicated. I will do this experiment another time to see what it's like from a buyer's perspective. Because yeah, this isn't working. But yeah, I don't know. I think that this is going to be really easy. I don't know. I think J Ride Flips will make more money on Mercari than he was making 2 weeks ago. And I think Mercari will be making more money than they were 2 weeks ago as well. Mercari, if you're listening to this, reach out to me. So yeah, it looks like they are becoming an advertising company. I don't know if that's going to be their main branch of income, but it's definitely going to be a branch of income for now. But yeah, so synopsis. You pay a $2 flat fee when you withdraw your money from the platform. The platform that gave you these sales is requiring you to pay $2 every time you withdraw from their platform, and they are not charging you fees whatsoever on your sales. So you, instead of paying 13 to 30% on eBay, depending if you promote your listings or not, or instead of paying 20% fees to Poshmark, you pay 0% fees and you just withdraw, and you just get charged $2 when you make a simple withdrawal on the money that you got through their platform. Also, buyers are now being charged 50 cents plus 2.9% on their purchases. I don't know how that looks to the buyer. That's going to be very important. I'm sure their sales team and their data team has gone into depth about this. I'm not sure if there's a $20 item, if it says $20.50, or if it says $20, you click on it, you add it to the cart, then it springs on you. Okay, you have to pay an additional 50 cents and additional 2.9%. That will be very bad if that's the current model. And then, yeah, I don't know. I think that this is going to be a positive thing in the long run. You don't have to agree with me. A lot of people are super emotional about this, but just understand that we are wired to hate change. I don't even think in 19 days people will be talking about this at all. There might be a few YouTubers that will make a video today that doesn't get released for a while, or there may be a few people still talking about this on Reddit in 19 days. But in 19 days, I think that the chatter about Mercari's new way of doing business, it's going to be very minimal. Of course, there's still going to be some people talking about it. But yeah, I don't even think we're going to be having huge discussions about this pretty soon. But Laura, to you, is not happy about the returns. But if it is only 72 hours, I have zero problems with the changes Mercari made this morning. Even if it's 30 days. If it's 30 days, I have zero problems. If it's 60 days, that's where, or if it's 45 days, that's where things get a little dicey with me. But yeah, my business is set up to where it has 30-day returns. Okay. I guess what this move is doing is it's a benefit for resellers who do this as a business. And I believe that it's going to be a detriment for hobby sellers because of the emotional impacts placed on this. I'm interested to see what buyers are going to look like. For my personal anecdote, my sales on Mercari are up today. Doesn't mean they're going to be up in 10 days or 15 days or 5 months. But I don't know. I think that this is going to be at least a net neutral, and I think it's probably going to be a net positive. Yeah, from what I've read, it's still 72 hours. And if that's the case, yeah, just my own personal opinion. I don't think we really have anything to worry about. But yeah, as questions come up about Mercari, I will continue to answer them. But now we're going to segue into the question and answer part of this live. If you guys have any questions about eBay, about Mercari, Poshmark, reselling, anything like that, my mother and father-in-law's dog is whining a little bit in the background because she wants to hang out with me. Can you guys hear the whining? It's kind of faint, so I'm not sure if you guys can hear it or not, but definitely don't want that going on in the background if you guys can hear it. Let's see here. Also, if you guys want to subscribe to the Reseller Island podcast, that would be awesome. Which platform is your most profitable to sell on? By far, eBay. eBay, I make on average about 15 sales per day. The last week that has jumped down to 11. But I also haven't been sourcing as much because we've gone on a few trips, which is awesome. On Mercari, I sell about 4 per day, and on Poshmark, I'm back up to about 1 sale per day. By far, it is eBay. Do you have any tips for getting monetized and building social media following? My ambitious goal is to hit 1,000 YouTube subscribers by 6/30/24. Be authentic. Understand. Okay, understand that you're not for everyone. Okay. This is a hard reality. Like, people just aren't going to like you. Okay. There's plenty of people that loathe J-Ride flips, and that's okay. Perfectly all right with that. If you're not all right with that, you need to reconsider doing this. Okay. But I'm open about my Christianity and about how I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, also known as Mormons. 20% of people that come across my channel will immediately not listen because of that fact. And that's okay. If I said the F word and a ton of cuss words every other sentence, every chance I got, 20% of people would never listen to me again as well. You just have to understand that there are things about you that a ton of people just won't like, and it's all right. Do content that makes you feel fulfilled and that also makes you money at the same time. I would recommend hopping into my live and to Soda City Flips live and to Flipping Ain't Easy's live. I know Bo Johnson is back on doing eBay content. Hop into their lives as often as possible. Get your name out there. That's a good way to grow. Harry Tornado said that's one of the ways that he grew in the beginning. It's one of the ways that I grew in the beginning. But what's going to help you grow the most is huge videos that people are actually interested in. So just keep learning about that. Is there a way to turn off new follower on Poshmark without turning off if you made a sales notification? I don't know, but that's super annoying because I have like 28,000 followers on Poshmark, I think. 27,270 followers on Poshmark, and I'm constantly getting new ones every single hour. Honestly, every like 3 or 4 minutes, and so it is annoying. But yeah, I don't know if you can. Let's see here. What do you sell on Mercari? Everything I sell on eBay. So everything that I sell on eBay, I cross-list to Mercari. My goal is to sell everything on eBay. If I sold every single one of my items on eBay every single day, and I sold 0 on Mercari, I would be okay. I would be perfectly okay with not selling anything on Mercari because everything that I list sells on eBay. But that isn't a reality. So I list everything on eBay. I cross-list it to Mercari. So everything on my eBay store, I buy for eBay, and I cross-list to Mercari, and I pick up sales every single day from that. Let's see here. Yeah, we talked about that extensively. I know clothing sells really well in Poshmark. What sells great in Mercari? But thinking of cross-listing, a ton of people have been telling me that they're selling basketball cards and Coco Motions and coffee makers on Poshmark. What these companies are doing is they're using Google ads. So everything that sells on Poshmark sells on Mercari. Everything that sells on Mercari sells on eBay. Everything that sells on eBay sells on Poshmark. So all of them are just, if something sells well on the internet, it's going to sell on those 3 major platforms, in my opinion. Let's see here. Sell-through questions. How to consider a very low level of results in a product. Example, 1 listed, 2 sold, 200% sell-through rate, but do you consider these results reliable? Yeah, so obviously you have to skew that a little bit. 400 listed, 800 sold is better than 4 listed, 8. Honestly, it's not really that bad. When it gets, so the thing is if one is listed and 2 have sold, it has a 200% sell-through rate, but only 2 have sold in the last 90 days. So that means one is selling every 45 days. But that doesn't account for, well, if 90 of them were listed, how many would sell daily or in those 90 days? So you have to skew those numbers a little bit. 400 listed, 800 sold is better than 1 listed, 2 sold on paper. But it could just be that that one got listed 15 minutes before you logged on and it's about to sell now. So yeah, you have to skew those numbers a little bit, but on paper, in a vacuum, in a nutshell, just having a strong sell-through rate is the best way to gauge things. Let's see here. I think I already answered this question, but I price my items on Mercari the exact same on eBay. So I list them on eBay, I cross-list them with Flip, and I cross-list them with the exact same price from eBay onto Mercari. Hey Jake, this may be the repeat question as I didn't join until now. Did you try the import function to cross-list from eBay provided by Mercari? It didn't work for me. No, I've never done that. I didn't even know I had that. It worked well for me on Bonanza that I just started last week. But no, I do all my cross-listing from Flip. What's the best way to ship on Mercari? Loaded question. I may do a video on that sometime. Anything over 5 pounds, I do ship your own. And then everything under 5 pounds, if it's a small enough package, I use their shipping rates. How do you track your mileage for driving on taxes? I'm not a tax professional. I'm just a guy on the internet. There's a ton of different ways to track mileage. I'll just give you 3 options. You can, there's apps that every time you go on a drive, it asks you, was this for business or personal? Was 80% of it for business or was 40% for business? You can do that. Another thing you can do is you can take a picture of your mileage on January 1st, and then take a picture on the last day of the year, December 30th, 31st. And then it'll show, oh, you drove 85,000 miles. And then you can say, oh, 80% of those 85,000 miles were for business. And that's what you write down. Third thing you can do is you can extensively track every single time that you drive for your business, and you can write it down and then add it all up at the end of the year. For liability reasons, I won't tell you which one I use, but you can use one of those 3 or several other methods. But I'm not a tax professional. I'm just a guy on YouTube that talks about selling junk on the internet. Yeah, let's see here. So it sounds like it's going to be 72 hours. How do you handle a buyer who asks for a refund because the package has not been delivered and it's posted and it's past the delivered date? It says that it is still in transit, also in the wrong state. You just have to have customer service skills, and they may still be upset, but you just let them know. I'm really sorry for this unfortunate situation. It looks like the package is still in transit, so there's nothing that we can do currently. But this we're just hoping that the package gets to you. Unfortunately, there's not much I can do until it is declared lost or delivered. So we will both keep an eye on it, and we'll we'll see what happens moving forward. I just started eBay, have 4 listings up from a couple days, decent sell-through rate on items, promoted at 2.6%, but have no views. And am I being impatient or something I can prove? Yeah, you're definitely being impatient. So good awareness there. Usually you sell, if you're pretty decent at this, you sell 1 item for every 100 items you have listed each day. So if you have 600 items and you're following good business practices, you should have 6 sales per day. So if you have 4, if you have 4 items listed, 100 divided by 4 is like 26. So you should have 1 sale every 26 days. Oh, it's 25. No. Yeah, you should have 1 sale every 25 days with 4 items listed. So if you want more sales per day, you gotta list more. Let's see here. Do I have a live stream every Wednesday? No, unfortunately, I just go live when I have time. I was posting 3 or 4 videos on YouTube every single week. I'm currently down to 0.5 per week. A lot of personal stuff going on. A lot of fun personal stuff going on. We've been doing a lot of traveling. My wife started her soccer season. a lot of fun things going on, and I've been able to what's it called? Enjoy the work-life balance that online selling can provide. So I've just been really enjoying that. And then I'm looking to really hop back into more lives and more videos across all of my networks. But yeah, unfortunately with my schedule, I go live when I can with no pre-planning or advertising. Let's see here. We got any questions here? I'm going to start from the bottom and go to the top a little bit, just hop around here. Quick question. I have seen mixed responses on the whole description topic. Some say search engines to populate info from descriptions as well as titles. Do you get into detail into your descriptions? Nope. So you gotta do what's best for your business, but I sell a ton every single day and my descriptions are a period. So if I have an item that needs a description, like if it's a golf club with a terrible grip, I put grip needs to be replaced in the description. Or if I have super scratched sunglasses, I put lenses are scratched and need to be replaced. But if it doesn't require any specific description notes, I put a period. That's it. All of 93% of my listings just have a period in the description. Now, if you think that it's going to optimize SEO and help you rank higher, then yeah, if you want to put time into it, you can. There's no clear evidence of that. There's a lot of anecdotal evidence of that. But when it comes to actual data, none of that has been released yet. I'm in a week or so away from 1,000 items sold on eBay. Congratulations. I started April of last year. I have exclusively used USPS. I have never seen a cheaper shipping option. Am I wrong? Yeah, you probably are. I use USPS, UPS, and FedEx every single day. I just choose the cheapest option. It depends the weight, dimensions, and distance your item is going. So if you send out a 62-pound KitchenAid mixer, it's going to be cheaper on UPS than it is going to be USPS. So you just have to look up each of those individual rates for each individual destination, dimensions, and weight. Man, that was hard to come out for some reason. Were you ever able to net over 100K with no employees or extra help? Yes. Yeah, so I could do what I do right now without an employee. I just use an employee so that way I can maximize my time sourcing and making content. But I could definitely net over 100K profit without an employee for sure. Working 7 or 8 hours a day is normal. So, so yeah, it's very doable. It's not easy, but it's doable. I think I have, oh no, I definitely have more sales on eBay today. Let's see, I just got another sale on eBay. So we got 6 sales on Mercari today. And then on eBay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 sales on eBay today. So a bit slower on eBay today. Mercari might actually be stronger than eBay today for the first time ever. Question for the chat. Would you all say clothing is a prominent category on Mercari? Thanks. Yes, absolutely. Yep. Anything that sells on Poshmark or eBay sells on Mercari. Anything that sells on Mercari sells on eBay and Poshmark, in my opinion. Poshmark specializes in clothing, but people are selling basketball cards and Coco Motions every single day. So, let's see. For media mail items, do you charge ground shipping and then when buying the label, switch to media mail to make profit on it? Nope. Nope. And a lot of times, so I don't ship a ton of media, but when I do, I just ship it Ground Advantage. It gets there a lot quicker, and it's the same. All of the media that I sell is less than 8 ounces. It's either cassettes or CDs individually. Now, if you sell a 5-pound book, that's where you start to get the huge discounts from media mail. But no, I label it first. I label it Ground Advantage, and I ship it Ground Advantage. Let's see. Holy tax write-off, 80% of 85,000 miles in a year. LO. Yeah, when I was doing my pest control business, we had 6 trucks driving on average 200 miles per day. We wrote off like plus my personal car that I used for work every single day, yeah, we were writing off tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of miles. Let's see. How do I know what's worth looking up on eBay while I'm at a thrift store and a flea market? You just look everything up until you know the experience. Everyone gravitates to their own categories, even I do. But yeah, you just want to look up everything, especially when you're a beginner. Look it all up, all of it, everything. Then once you start to learn more about certain categories, like especially in like let's say kitchen appliances, for example, if it's yellowing a little bit, that's a good sign that it's vintage and the parts and pieces might be worth a lot of money. If it's heavy, that means it's quality. So you want to look up everything that's heavy. Once you understand, oh yeah, KitchenAid is really good, so I'm going to look up everything KitchenAid. Oh, looks like Hamilton Beach isn't the strongest, but I'm still going to look up all Hamilton Beach items because some of them are still worth money. So I just got to look up all of them until I understand which ones are worth picking up and which ones aren't. Oh, it looks like Salad Master is really good. So I'm just going to look for Salad Master, look up Salad Master every single time. Things like that. Just made a sale on Mercari, a shirt listed 15 minutes ago. I'm going to hang in there on Mercari and see how it goes. That's what I would recommend, Kelly. Whether your emotions are negative or positive today, I would recommend sticking around and seeing what happens. Let's see here. I guess cross-listing apps will flourish now with Mercari news. I think they'll see an increase for sure. I'm not too impressed with Reseller Genie. I'm using an Excel sheet to keep track of my inventory. What other ways or programs can you recommend? We just sold a remote on eBay. Yeah, so I've heard a lot of positive things about my Reseller Genie. You obviously haven't had as great of an experience, which is great. Yeah, we should listen to all opinions and not just like, oh, this service is the best. From what I've seen, a lot of people are happy with it, but I don't use it. I just use my business credit card and eBay resale and eBay Seller Hub. eBay Seller Hub tells you all of your returns, all of your fees, and all of your shipping expenses. The only thing you really need to keep track of are your miles and your cost of goods and all the shelves that you buy if you have storage space, all that stuff. So yeah, I just use a business credit card to make all of those purchases, and then I use the eBay Seller Hub. So those are the two things that I use: eBay Seller Hub and a business credit card. Akil McLeod, thank you very much. I appreciate the $5 super chat. It says, are there any apps or services that you use besides Flip to help you with reselling and your YouTube business? Yes. My favorite app. This is awesome. I use it for my reselling business. I use it for my real estate. I use it for my social media business, and I use it for general questions in my everyday life. It is called Copilot by Microsoft. This is artificial intelligence, okay? Copilot, not sponsored. This is just my personal experience and stuff. It's called Copilot. I have Copilot Pro, which is $20 per month. So that's what, $240 a year. It's an artificial intelligence assistant. I use it to write my descriptions on TikToks and Instagrams. I use it to design merchandise. I use it to bounce ideas off of, to create content ideas. And then if you wanted to, I think this would be a waste of time, efficiency-wise. You could have it write eBay descriptions for you as well, but I don't think that's a good use of time for it. But yes, I use Copilot by Microsoft every single day of my life. And then I also use CapCut to edit my videos. I also use vidIQ, which is $10 a month. Okay, someone on Mercari is asking if a Sony Handycam is still available, to which I am saying, yes, sir, indeed. Go to my messages real quick. Oh crap, I only have like 6% battery. Yes, it is. Feel free to make an offer. let's get that sold. So yeah, I use Microsoft Copilot. It's really awesome. You can use Chat GPT as well. There's 1,000 AI assistants out there by now. And then I use Flip every single morning. I use Flip every single morning for my sharer and my cross lister. And I'm going to do a day in the life video soon. A lot of people are requesting that. Wow, 267 people in here. I really appreciate that, guys. Thanks for hitting the like button. Thanks for subscribing and following and all that good stuff. I'm going to make a day in the life video where I show you guys what I do every single day. The first 6 hours of my day are very business intensive. And I think a lot of people could benefit from seeing it. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to show you guys what I do on eBay Seller Hub and Flip every single morning. I'm going to show you how I source, how I list, how I run my employees and payroll and all that stuff. So be looking out for that. Let's see. I have 50 listings on Mercari and 50 on eBay, but I haven't had a single sell in 6 days. Is that normal? So you should have, if you have a decent sell-through rate, that's the caveat, which upsets a ton of people for some reason. But you can calculate within an average how many sales you will have per day. So if you have all 20% sell-through rate items, then you're on track. If you have all 100% sell-through rate items, then you're lagging behind. So if you had all iPhones, then I would say, yes, something is very terribly wrong. You are priced way too high, or you may have derogatory marks on your account, which is leading to these platforms hiding your items. But if you have 50 Frank Sinatra cassettes, then yeah, you're right on track. You'll only sell one Frank Sinatra cassette every 158 days on average. So just depends on your items. If you have faster sell-through rate items, then you will have more sales per day. If you have slower sell-through rate items, then you'll have slower. Did Copilot misspell your YouTube title today? No, I did. I'm in a huge rush. So let's see. Mercari is, oh, yep, I spelt making wrong. I'm going to update that right now. Thank you. Thank you for that. Mercari is making major changes, live reseller Q&A. Sweet. Thanks for all clicking on the video anyway, guys. It's awesome. Yeah, no, I made that mistake because I'm in northern Utah right now. My grandmother-in-law is at a doctor's appointment, and then we're heading back home. And I just did 7 hours of sourcing this morning. So I'm trying to I wasn't gonna do this, but with the Mercari news, I just had to hop on. So yeah, everything is at a bit of a rush right now, but I really appreciate you guys being patient with me, and be ready for some more videos across all my platforms. I'm really excited about it. But yeah, these last 2 months have been insane. Been absolutely insane. All right, let's see if we got some more questions here. And I'm gonna be hopping off soon, so that way we can get going, because she should be back from that appointment any minute now. Let's see if we can find any more good questions here. How do you see actual sell-through rate figures on eBay? I can only see blue bars on miniature graphs. So you have to do a calculation. If you search a specific item on eBay, you'll see how many are listed. Then you have to go over to sold, and then you divide that number. So if there's 100 listed and there are 100 sold, that's a 100% 90-day sell-through rate, which means there are 100 listed. And if 0 more get listed, on average, all of those will be gone in 90 days. 100% of the items currently listed will move in the next 90 days if it continues on the current trend that it's on. That's how you calculate that. Let's see here. Let's answer just a few more questions. What do you guys sell on Mercari? Yeah, I just sell everything that I sell on eBay. Hello, just curious how you arrived at 2.6% for promos. Is there a better advantage? I started at 1.1%, which was 0.1% above the minimum back in the day. Then I increased to 1.6%. And then when they increased the minimum to 2%, I increased mine to 2.1% to be 1% above the bottom fold. And then I increased it by another 0.5% to get to 2.6. Let's see here. No, I do not schedule my lives, unfortunately. I'm going to try to do that. The only thing that I actually have scheduled is my Reseller Island podcast that drops every morning, every Monday morning at 9 p.m. Eastern. That is the only thing that I have scheduled in any of my social media business. Let's see here. Do you think eBay is concerned? No. I think like Mercari is always on eBay's radar, but yeah, they're not worried about eBay. Can you start posting the Reseller Island podcast on podcast apps? Yeah, we can start doing that. I'm a very visual person. Like I'll be like, look, I sold this, or like, let me take you over here and show you this. So that may be confusing, but yeah, I think we will get our podcast on Apple Music and Spotify and things like that eventually. No timeline on that, but we should do it fairly soon. Since you list in different platforms, do you look at sell comps on all platforms, or do you base that decision on eBay sold comps? The latter. I base all of my pricing and strategy on eBay sold, because that's the biggest reselling platform. So that's what I base all of my information off of. How do you see actual sell-through rates? Okay, we just talked about that. Okay, so it looks like we have actually done pretty well on questions. Monday morning at 9 p.m. Yeah, every Monday morning at 9 p.m. we launch the Reseller Island podcast. Shane, if you're still in here, if you could throw that in again. If not, no worries. But yeah, guys, my grandmother-in-law is calling me, so it looks like we're going to be heading out. I really appreciate you all coming and taking advantage of this live. That was weird wording. Thanks for coming and listening to the live and asking questions. I really appreciate all you guys do for me. Love you all so much. Let's make more. Yeah, I mean 9 a.m. 9 p.m. isn't the morning. Yeah, I meant 9 a.m. Sorry. Let's make more money than we ever have and spend more time with our family than I ever have. Love you guys. We'll see you guys later.